I recently posted a question on Reddit asking people to share their personal experiences with being cheated on. Here's some of the answers. I'm 35-year-old male who found out 2 months ago that my wife has been cheating on me for 5 goddamn years. Half of our marriage. And the fucked up part? I never suspected a thing. Let me give you context. We've been together for 10 years, married for 7, met in college. She was my first serious relationship, my best friend, my everything. We had that power couple energy. I had a solid job in cybersecurity. She worked in sales for a medical equipment company, great income, house in the suburbs, date nights, matching Christmas pajamas, all of it. Everyone thought we were goals. But behind the scenes, she was getting dicked down by another dude since before we even bought our house. How did I find out? Not through a phone, not because she got caught, not because someone ratted her out. I found out because her dumbass left her iPad connected to her iMessages while I was using it to check flight confirmations. I wasn't even snooping. I was literally booking us a vacation. Then I see a text pop up. You looked so good bent over my desk today. Still taste you on my lips. My heart stopped. I wish I could say I confronted her right there like a badass, but nah. I sat there staring at the screen like a fucking idiot for an hour, shaking, trying to tell myself it was a joke, some spam, anything. But it wasn't one text. There were hundreds. This wasn't some random one-night thing. She had a full-blown parallel relationship with a coworker. Same dude for 5 years. They had nicknames for each other, private jokes. She sent him pictures in lingerie I never saw in real life. She even talked shit about me to him. He's too nice. I need someone who grabs me by the throat. I read that and felt like someone stabbed me in the chest. What really fucked me up? She would literally text him while we were on vacation together, while we were in bed, while we were visiting my parents. She would send him pics from our weekend getaways, and he'd reply with, "Hope you're enjoying his money?" Yeah, that's the kind of dude she was letting inside her. She kept everything compartmentalized. Perfect wife to me, dirty little submissive to him. It was a masterclass in deception. When I finally confronted her, she denied it at first, then blamed me, said I was emotionally unavailable, that I made her feel like a roommate, that I didn't satisfy her. Bullshit. She didn't even cry, just stared at me like she was pissed I found out. I kicked her out that night. She begged to come back a week later, said she'd cut him off and wanted to work on us. I told her I hoped he had room for her in his shitty apartment because she was never stepping foot in my house again. Filed for divorce, told both our families the truth, sent her the screenshots, no shame anymore. If I had to read those messages, so did they. You know the worst part? I loved her. I would have died for her. And she let some other dude raw dog her in an office bathroom while I was planning our anniversary dinner. Now, I don't believe shit anyone says anymore. I'm in therapy, drinking too much, trying to stay busy, but I feel fucking broken, man. If you're listening to this and thinking your partner would never, let me tell you something. Neither did I, but they do. Some people are just snakes in skin suits. So let's go back about a year. I was living with this girl, Amber, for a little over a year. We weren't rich or even stable. She worked at a tanning salon. I did graveyard shifts at a gas station. Our apartment smelled like weed and instant noodles, but I was good with it. She was hot, reckless, and had that crazy in a good way energy, or so I thought. She had this sketchy promo model, side gig, club events, car shows, that whole bottle girl thing. Sometimes she came home with wads of cash, sometimes random gifts. She said dudes tipped her for selfies. I believed it because I was a dumbass in love. Then she started going out, disappearing overnight, then entire weekends. Said she was staying with her cousin or needed space to clear her head. I gave her space. I gave her trust. But one day, she left her laptop open, Facebook still logged in. And listen, I wasn't looking to spy, but something in my gut told me, check it, just once. What I found hit me like a truck. A full-blown relationship with a guy named Mark. Older dude, moneyed up, probably divorced twice. They were engaged for 3 months while still living with me. I scrolled through hundreds of messages. I love you more than anything. Can't wait to be your wife. Just need to get out of my current lease. Current lease? Bitch, you live with me? And the kicker? She was planning her bachelorette party during a weekend. She told me she was at a work conference. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I plotted. Here's what I did. I played dumb for 2 weeks, acted sweet, cooked for her, even gave her money for dress shopping, all while copying every single message, screenshotting her whole double life, and organizing it like a PowerPoint presentation from hell. I found Mark on Instagram super easy. Guy's one of those boomers who overshare. I made a burner account and messaged him, "Hey man, I think your fiance is living a second life." Sent him everything, and oh boy, he replied within 30 minutes. Shocked, said she told him she was staying with a girlfriend while they figured out where to move together. I told him, "Nah, bro, she's been sleeping in my bed while planning your wedding." We planned our revenge together. The night of destruction. Amber was supposed to have a girls' night. Instead, I invited Mark to the apartment. I gave him a key. We sat down like old pals, had beer, and waited. She came in around midnight, drunk, holding heels in her hand, saw both of us sitting on the couch, went white. I said, "Hey babe, look who's here." Mark stood up, dropped her engagement ring on the coffee table and said, "You can lie to one man, but not two." Then he walked out. She tried to cry her way out of it, said we ambushed her, said it was complicated, that she was scared to hurt either of us. I told her to shut up and check the USB drive taped to the wall. It had everything. I'd uploaded it to all her family members too. Mom, dad, cousins, even her salon boss. And for good measure, I dumped every single piece of her clothing in a blue kiddie pool I bought from Walmart, filled it with bleach, and left it in the parking lot. The neighbors watched her scream and cry while pulling her stinking, ruined clothes out of the pool in front of everyone. She moved out the next morning, left behind her cat, her vibrator, and her dignity. Moral of the story? You want to cheat? Fine. Just don't live with the dude you're cheating on. And definitely don't assume the guy working night shift doesn't know how to burn your entire double life to the ground. I, 28-year-old, used to be one of those love fixes everything type of guys. Trust people, give them space, be the supportive boyfriend. Never again. I was dating Amanda for almost 2 years. We met at a concert, clicked instantly, and everything felt easy. She was smart, funny, sarcastic in a good way, and honestly the best sex I'd ever had. We moved in together about a year into the relationship. Red flags? Yeah, there were a few. She still talked to her ex sometimes, said they were friends, claimed he was part of her past and that I had nothing to worry about. I believed her. I wanted to. One night, about 6 months ago, she told me her ex, we'll call him Jake, was coming to town, just for a few days. She casually dropped it while we were watching Netflix. He might stop by to catch up, is that okay? I didn't like it, but I said yes. I didn't want to be the insecure boyfriend who doesn't let his girlfriend talk to people. The night he visited, I stayed home because I had a deadline for work. She ordered pizza for all three of us. We hung out for a bit. He was charming in that overly confident frat bro kind of way. Something about him felt slimy, but I played nice. Around 10 p.m., I told them I had to finish a project. I went to the bedroom, put in my noise-canceling headphones, and worked for a couple hours. At midnight, I came out to get water. The living room was empty. I figured Jake had left and she was in the shower or something, but I noticed something strange. At the door to the guest room, which we barely used, was closed, and I could hear sounds. Rhythmic, wet, breathy. I froze. My heart started racing, but my brain didn't want to believe it. I told myself I was being paranoid. I went to the kitchen, poured water, and then I heard her voice, moaning. I dropped the glass. Everything after that felt like it happened in slow motion. I walked up, opened the door, and there they were, naked, sweaty, her on top of him. She turned around like a deer in headlights. He smirked. She didn't say a word. Neither did I. I just left, didn't pack anything, didn't scream, just walked out barefoot and sat in my car, shaking. She texted me nonstop for the next 48 hours. I don't know what happened. It was a mistake. He kissed me first. You've been distant. Please don't leave me. I love you. I didn't reply. I couldn't even process it. In our apartment, while I was home. I went back a week later with a friend to get my stuff. She wasn't there, but she'd left a note. I'll never forgive myself. I hope someday you can. I threw it in the trash. She wanted forgiveness so she could live with herself, not because she cared about what she did to me. It's been 6 months. I'm in therapy, still have trust issues, still get anxious when someone leaves the room, but I've learned something important. Never ignore your gut. And if someone keeps their ex around as a friend, chances are they're just leaving the back door open.